Hello everybody, this is 𝓵𝓸 𝓷𝓮 here, a manifestation coach and an international trainer. And welcome to my YouTube channel, Recharge Your Life. And today, guess who we have? We have our esteemed guest, Mr. Shardul Shah, who's a top chartered accountant and he owns a chartered accountants firm. So tell me, Shardul, little bit more about your professional journey.
Thank you, Natasha. It's a pleasure being here. And when people say that it's a pleasure being on Kapil Sharma show, I feel it's a pleasure sitting next to Natasha Advani, who is no less than a superstar in our life. We wish and pray that you go higher and higher in your life and achieve whatever you want to achieve. May God always be with you. Natasha, being a chartered accountant has always been my dream. This firm, which I am working at, 𝓐𝓭𝓭𝓪 Company, it's almost 70 years old. It was set up by my grandfather, and he started from a small place called Anand. As you know, Anand is a place where there is the Amul factory.
Yes, of course.
And his father was a doctor, in fact, the first doctor in that small village. But at that point of time, always they were in need of accountants and professionals who could manage books of accounts. And that's the time when he decided to become chartered accountant. Following his footsteps, my father also became a chartered accountant, and following his footsteps, I decided to become CA. The reason is, frankly, Natasha, very clear, because of demand-supply mismatch. Today we have a population of almost 1.5 billion people.
Yes.
And as of today, the total number of chartered accountants globally, Indian chartered accountants, is less than 3.5 lakhs.
Oh.
So the sheer demand and supply, out of the 3.5 lakhs, half of them are in industry, half of them are in practice, and in those people also who are in practice, more than half are senior citizens. So approximately you can say only 100,000 people are serving the nation. And as you know, India is growing at almost 8% per annum. We are going towards Amrit Kal. So next 25 years, you believe it or not, Natasha, the kind of changes which we will see in our country is just going to be enormous.
Okay.
You see the kind of opportunities which we will have in defense, we will have in space technology, AI, the entire semiconductor business, that is manufacturing, is actually going to come into India. And because of the global political uncertainty, as you're seeing what is happening in Ukraine, Russia, or even Israel and Iran, lots more people are going to invest in India. And if people are going to invest in India, there are going to be more manufacturing here. For example, Tesla is going to happen.
Awesome. Tesla, Apple, Tim Cook. In fact, G20 was the first time it happened in Delhi, because of mode like this. He's traveling all around the world, and India is no longer a third world country,
Correct.
which it used to be. So I think this is really awesome. No? And even Mrs. World, which normally happens internationally, first time it happened in Bombay at 𝓬𝓪𝓐𝓭𝓪 𝓐𝓭𝓿𝓮. So I think this is very, very relevant information Mr. Shardul Shah is saying. Even I didn't know, that that is so important, because financial planning is very important.
Correct.
It's important, right, to start financial planning.
I think it is absolutely correct. Right from the time a person I think reaches college, till the time person retires, one has to constantly think about his finances, because there will be an age in your life when you will be an active earner. There will be a time where you will be spending more, and there will be a time where you will have to withdraw from your savings. So as you rightly mentioned, financial planning becomes a very important part. And at every stage in your life, you will have to see how much appetite of risk you can take. And the more appetite of risk you can take, obviously you can invest in stock markets, maybe cryptocurrency, blockchain, etc. But as you go older, you want more passive income like fixed deposits, pension fund, or you want more of something which is going to give you return on a consistent basis. For example, maybe rental income. But at that point, at every point in time, you will have to relook at your finances. And as you rightly mentioned, financial planning is very important.
Yes, so please take this advice from the top CA Shardul Shah, how important it is, as college, and especially women. I feel they don't pay attention, right, so much with their financial planning. Of course, things are changing now. I remember 20 years back, either the woman's father is looking after the finances, or the woman's husband is looking after the finances. And if anything happens to the father or the husband, even though the women might be working, okay, I'm not talking about they are not working, she's blank. She's like, I don't know what do I have to do with the money. It was either my father looking after it or my husband looking after it. I know women who own businesses, but who handles the finances and the tax part? The father. Am I right? So do you think it's also very important for women to know financial planning, or if they don't know, take courses, understand and then take help? What do you think? What is your suggestion? And also I've heard a lot of people cheat women. Like if you don't know, like it's come in the papers also, like senior citizens, that case where that he siphoned I don't know how many crores from the account, giving him false claims that, oh, we'll make your money more and all, and it was shocking. He didn't even know so much was siphoned from his account, and he's jailed today. So even it's very important, don't you think, for a woman senior citizen to have someone trustworthy?
Absolutely correct.
Right?
So what you're saying is, Natasha, is absolutely correct. There were times when women were completely dependent maybe on their father or the husbands. But I would like to say today things are changing.
Yes.
And women are very much on hand. Women are, in fact, I would say they are the future entrepreneurs. Because if you see right from time immemorial, if you see even Shivaji, or even if you see the royal kingdom, for example, UK also, the queen has the powers. In fact, if you see the chessboard also today, the chessboard, the queen can move in any direction as much as you like. So although the king may have the throne, but the real power always remains with the women. And I would say rightly so. If you see even the Indian customs, for example, you see the Durga Mata, if you see Lakshmi Devi, if you see any of these goddesses, we always pray to them because they have the power. And even today, what I feel, a man is completely incomplete without a woman. Even if you see Shiv is incomplete without Parvati. And that's what even I believe, even today, although we have great tradition in the past, today people are ignoring them and wrongfully taking advantage of them. I think it's completely incorrect. As you rightly mentioned, if at all there are some people who are taking wrongful advantage of women, women have the rights today. They should immediately go to the police station, or as you rightly said, they should have proactive measures, keeping a right financial planner with them, taking right advice maybe from the lawyers, from chartered accountants, or whosoever it may be, so as to protect themselves. And because I am seeing in times to come, for example, in our own chartered accountant fraternity today, more than 40% people who are passing are women. And in times to come, this ratio is going to become more than half. Because women are less distracted, women are very focused, and women know that if today if I am going to educate a woman, it is not only that her generation, but subsequent generation also. If you see even Modi sir, he's saying Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao.
Yeah,
if you see
awesome.
that, it's a very good program
very
of Modi also, because he knows and the country also knows that if we are going to educate the women, it is not only the house which we are saving, but she will get
it's
educated.
The future of the country, her kids.
Yes, because they will get married at a later age. Because unfortunately, even today in our rural India, the women are getting married at very young age without even knowing what are the ills of it. So Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, I think is a very good program of the government of India under of a Prime Minister. And like that, as you said, continuous training, retraining, reskilling. I think, as you rightly mentioned, today women also can, sitting at homes, there are so many courses online also, they can continuously update themselves and ensure that yes, they can take care of their finances, they can take care of their house, their entire own well-being, and then the society at large.
Oh, thank you so much. I think that's so much awesome information from Shardul Shah. As you know that, they have this, it's like a legacy, following the business, and you feel so nice and proud, that means that you're following your dad's footsteps. And as we all know that, financial planning, not only like, it's very important for everyone. At a young age, we should really start basics at least. So that's really important. And what do you think is the challenges you face throughout your journey, because you're handling such a big business and it's not easy? Everyone, like even I used to think, oh, having a big business is very easy and everything is so lucky. But till when I started dealing with people, as I'm a coach and I deal with people and their challenges, and it's a really big task. You have to really be calm. So how do you manage so many, like if a challenge comes up or a difficult client or something, there's too much work pressure, so how do you handle those situations?
So Natasha, again a very good question. I think one has to remember that whether it is a business or a profession, one has to look at all the stakeholders. So when I say all the stakeholders, is right from the person who is giving me service, For example, it may be my own staff, it may be the people from whom I buy goods, to the people whom I serve. Challenges are always there, and in fact they are evolving over a period of time. I think today the biggest challenge for us as professionals who are giving service to our clients is the skill set. We are not getting adequate manpower, we are not getting people who are adequately skilled, because you have to understand people have to reskill themselves. So although the government of India are coming out with a lot of colleges, there are graduates which are coming out, but they are not employable. So importantly for us to do is, once we even get the people, we have to skill them and also reskill them so that they are up to the mark of client satisfaction. So I think manpower management and continuously updating my own skills. For example, 5 years before, the challenges which I faced are very different from five today, and maybe 5 years later also challenges are going to be very different. I think capital is always adequately available, so that is not much of a challenge. But how you deploy that capital adequately is a big challenge. For example, clients may give me adequate fees, but how am I investing, for example, in technology? How am I, investing myself in updating my own softwares, making AI an important part of my lifestyle? Robotics have become important. Can you believe it now? Audit is being done completely through technology. Audit is done completely through softwares.
What is your opinion on that? Like, don't you feel a software and a human is a little difference?
So there is definitely a difference, but the idea, Natasha, is if something can be done, for example, there is HDFC Bank, or for example, there is L&T. So much data is there, correct? So obviously, if I'm using a technology, if I'm using the software, the advantage is I can go through all the records and I can put in parameters that if such things are, which are not as per the mark, then the software itself can help me distinguish it.
Okay, so
if
it's
I do
less
it,
work for
less
you.
work,
Okay.
because I have to just put in the algorithms so that I can cover much more data.
Okay.
But if I would have done it manually, obviously a human cannot, and probably his quality may not be up to the mark, because sometimes he is happy, he is not happy, those emotional things.
Yeah,
so, but in the software, especially when there are certain segments which I can do it through technology, my coverage is much more wider.
Okay, so I think this is very important to keep updating your skills,
Yes.
seeing the challenges, because as you said, what's today, 5 years down the line, like AI was not there 5 years back. So you have to update yourself, see how that works, and then maybe 5 years again ahead, you don't know what shows up. So it's very important. And normally they say studying is theory, but when you come to the practical world, it's totally different. Like so many CAs must be graduating, and I know it's not easy to do the CA exam, but practically it's totally different, right? Theory and practical. Yeah, so that's very important to deal with them and their emotions. Even they have their family pressures, it's a lot of factors. So being the boss of the company, you have to also be people management, right? People skills, which is very important. I still remember giving a workshop in his office on communication skills. So you have to keep doing that for your employees also.
On a regular basis.
Yeah, on a regular basis. Otherwise, like you're busy updating your skills, but it's also important they, upgrade from, and it'll be benefit for them and for the company. Yeah, so this is a very, very valid point. And another important point, since all of us go through stress, and there's a famous quote by Robin Sharma: stress is a plague in the city, and tranquility is the new luxury. So my question to you is, how do you manage work-life balance? Because Shardul is an awesome father of 2 lovely children. He has an awesome wife, parents, grandparents. So how do you manage all this, Shardul?
So I think in fact, I would start by saying that one of my great ways in which I have been benefited is the book by Natasha. From Mess to Mesmerized is one of the finest books I have read. And believe me, friends, I think work-life balance is a continuously evolving thing, and over a period of time, I think one has to keep changing the amount in which you balance what. I think the way I do it is I always start by a day by thinking first things first. So first thing is obviously body. correct? If my physical body and my mental body is not
In alignment.
in alignment, then obviously I will not be able to give the best to the society and my own work and the people around me in the subsequent hours. So I get up, the first thing I do is obviously pray, and thereafter I go for a morning walk. Fortunately, I stay in an area where there are lots of gardens.
Okay.
So I take at least 40 to 45 minutes walk in every garden, and then I
wow.
do my yoga for half an hour.
Okay.
And depending on time, then I swim or whatever. But definitely, I think health is first. And for my mental being, I go to the temple every day and I pray as much as possible. And I'm very fortunate that I have people like you, Natasha, and people so friendly, and the family is so nice that they support. Because I honestly believe that unless your support system is strong enough, you cannot grow. And also we have to remember that we should always see and look at the tree. The reason I feel, because when you plant a seed into the soil, first it grows below the soil, so it sees the darkness and it goes as much below as possible and makes the roots strong, and slowly then it goes above the soil. So in life also, the more you see your struggle and more you are grounded through the roots, it is only then you will go towards the sunshine. And that's what we have to also realize, that there will always be darkness in life. There will be time when we have so much stress, we have to just wait. The patience is the key. So I give a lot of credit to your book also, Natasha, where you have written a very good chapter on health and mental, and how do you keep work-life balance. And I think it's a must read. I recommend all the people who have not read it, please do read Natasha's book. It's one of the finest book. I think it's already a bestseller in Amazon.
Yes.
And I recommend all those people who have not read it, please read it. And Natasha has put in so much efforts. I write from how you must always remember to be in gratitude. We must be thankful that today we are able to see the sunshine. We are thankful that we have very good people around us. We are thankful we are getting food to eat. There are so many people today who are sleeping in the night, who are not sleeping with an empty.
Yeah, they like they say, if you have a shelter, food to eat, and basic necessities, you are really
Blessed.
grateful and blessed. See what's happening in UK, like people are starving. There's unemployment because again of this war and all, like the global warming. What's going through, it's so hot, it's coming in the papers. A country like Switzerland, it's like people are feeling hot there in the winters, which was really shocking to me. That the Antarctica, the ice glaciers are melting. So imagine what is happening to a climatic condition. That is also stress, now, because
Correct.
imagine if you're hungry, no amount of work is going to make you, like, productivity will not increase. You might have everything, but imagine if you're hungry and I tell you please do this work, and that also financially involves a lot of mind involved, brain involved. You have to be in good health, you get mentally exhausted. So these things are very important. So I think this is a very important factor, is how he starts his day is really good. Either you walk in the garden. Even in my lectures I say, whatever makes you happy. You want to walk, you want to swim, you want to pray, you want to just listen to music. Why? Because when your vibrations change, you feel happy, you feel nice, so your whole day goes very well. So this is a very important tip. Thank you so much because it does involve a lot of brain work, physically, mentally, and I feel a healthy mind is very important. And one last question, any advice for young professionals who want to get into your field?
So one advice is, friends, I think education is very important. So my advice to all the youngsters is, please do remember, although it may take some more time, but whatever drives you, please follow your passion. Suppose your passion is to become a music singer, your passion is to become a drummer, your passion is just to become an artist. Please follow your passion. Whatever is deep inside, follow your passion. So again, to professionals or students, I would say is, the days are now there that you have to keep studying. And after you study, it is not necessary that you may become a service professional, but think of becoming an entrepreneur. Think of becoming a person that you can employ people. Because if you join somewhere, you are only thinking of yourself. But please do not be selfish. Become an entrepreneur. Maybe start your own restaurant. Maybe do whatever, and you think of employing people so that you bring money into their household and he can also survive. So my entire advice to young professionals is become entrepreneurs, follow your passion, and today are the times where sky is the limit. You can go into space technology, you can go into defense, you can go into art, you can go into AI, you can go into so many areas where we had not thought 10 years ago. And believe me, after 10 years, the scenario may be completely different. So as of today, I would only say follow your dreams, follow your heart, and do not think of anything. Just be in the present and do your best today.
Thank you so much. I think that was an awesome advice, and thank you so much for giving your precious time. And as Shardul said, it's very important to be to be mentally free, like basically healthy, and have a positive mindset. And since I'm an international life coach and wellness coach, and please, you can see my book, and I have a free gift for you all, because I don't close without a free gift. You can go to my YouTube channel www.𝓵𝓎𝓐𝓭𝓿𝓪𝓷𝓮 and download a free abundance meditation. Tell me, how does that sound? Abundance
Amazing.
is very important, and also few pages of my book is free on my website, so have a look at that. And very important, you must have got a lot of insights from this discussion, so I would love to hear your insights below, as I believe your insights have to go into action, because without action nothing happens. You might listen to it and just say, okay, it's fine. No, but I want to see what action or anything that Shardul said which helped you, contributed to you, and you took action and it helped you. As the best conversations happen at Natasha Advani YouTube channel. So I hope I've recharged your life for today, and see you for my next show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.